Good afternoon. This is Karen Tully reporting from the monthly meeting for Republican Women of Baltimore County, where you get updated information on issues and candidates. Today we have Gordana Shifenelli, the Republican candidate for Lieutenant Governor running with Dan Cox. She is a lawyer, economist, wife of a retired Green Beret, and was born and raised in a communist, war-torn country. Gordana, welcome.
Thank you for having me.
You know what it's truly like to live in a communist country. You know the realities of that. How do you see some of the communist ideologies entering America?
It's really the reason why I'm in this race in the first place. You know, I recognize the risks and dangers when a country no longer exists where I was born. I don't want the same thing to happen to America, which is a country of dreams. It's an ideology, an idea for all of us that we could pursue our American dream, and I've lived that dream. I would be so sad to lose our country, and we're heading in a very wrong direction. As far as politics, social issues, economic issues, it's very, very similar to what I've experienced in Yugoslavia.
Okay. You also are a mother of 3 sons. I think that tops all your other credentials, actually. And 2 are still in public schools. The 3rd is serving in the military, and today is Armed Forces Day, so we really appreciate that. In 2020, you were staying home, and some disturbing facts occurred that launched you and motivated you to go up against the school board and to create the Maryland Patriots. Tell us a little bit about that.
So 2 years ago, in 2020, we received a letter from our then school superintendent inviting children to join her in march against our law enforcement and our police officers. That was the moment where I realized that our children have been used as a political tools. They've been indoctrinated in schools to think that our police officers are the enemy of the people. And I launched American Patriots that had thousands and thousands of followers. To stop political indoctrination of our children in public schools. And as a result of my action, we were able in 2020 to remove the school board, those who were running at the time, to remove the superintendent who was inviting children to riot and protest and march against the police, and to reopen schools to get the kids back to learning, and today they're thriving in Queen Anne's County, and I'm so happy that 7,700 students thrived as a result of the work and dedication of Maryland Patriots.
And not only did you do that, but you did this against all odds, which hopefully you will be doing in Maryland, becoming the next lieutenant governor. Baltimore City spends $16,000 per student. The Kerwin bill has allocated billions of dollars for education. I think it's $4 billion a year. Part of your platform is to have transparency so the parents understand what's going on in the school and financially. On your campaign slogan is making kids smart again in this system, letting the money work for them. Tell us a little bit about your slogan and what your plans are.
So since I am in this race and since I'm very, very focused on Maryland education, I would like to have Maryland children go back to basics and learn logic, for example, a class that is never taught in public schools. Unfortunately, that is the class where the children would learn how to think and how to realize what are logical and illogical fallacies as they speak and as they form their personalities as they grow. Unfortunately, we don't have early childhood education focusing on learning foreign language, using different part of child's brain to make them smart, to make them think critically. Our classes are too long. I would propose much more diversity as as it comes to classes and what they learn and how they learn it, as opposed to skin color, as opposed to gender, as opposed to things that are politically motivated, as opposed to motivated to classical education and classical learning. Our children in Baltimore City specifically would graduate high school and they can't read at the first grade or kindergarten grade level. That is atrocious. And our children, by making them politically indoctrinated, are growing up to be adults who do not appreciate our country. They don't know and don't understand what they're doing, and they're participating in destroying something that is so pristine and beautiful, which is our constitutional guarantees. They don't learn civics enough. They don't learn science the way the science should be taught. So I am looking into completely reforming Maryland education system from kindergarten through 12th grade.
Great, great. And with your education, you can do it.
I should, good.
250 illegal immigrants enter this country on a monthly basis, and they're the ones that we catch. There's much more. America's a kind country. You are a legal immigrant into this country. Tell us how open borders and some of the policies that we are currently seeing with Biden affects Maryland.
So Biden administration and many Maryland Republicans who believe that Biden administration and Biden policies are helpful, they're actually not. Illegal immigration brings crime, drugs, specifically MS-13 operates in Maryland, PG County, and that creates a terrible, terrible victimhood for the people in that county and all across Maryland. We have evidence of leprosy somewhere in the Eastern Shore, in the Eastern Shore counties, by redistributing, resettling illegal immigrants that were not properly vetted and they were not properly examined. We have to do better. We cannot promote our diversity by violating immigration law. We are a country of law and order, and a safe Maryland is the policy that I would really, really like to promote. As it comes to illegal immigrants, as it comes to crime, we need to be tough on crime, and I think that we can do this together.
Well, I think you understand the illegal and legal differences of this country. I know you've worked with it in your practice also. Maryland tops the list for people exiting. Why is this? What can you do in order to bring Marylanders back and have them stay here, particularly our retirees?
Well, the reason Maryland is at the top of the list for people exiting is because the standard of living and the cost of living is so high in Maryland. We are a heavily taxed state. And every time you have a heavy taxation on people receiving fixed income, that state is not a friendly state to Marylanders. So one of the things that Dan Cox and myself will be working really hard is to see what kind of administrative burdens we can handle and take care of so that we can make Maryland business friendly again and invite retirees to remain and not abandon their families and move to Florida. And in fact, Florida is one of those states that tops the list of Marylanders moving into that state. And that state is run by Governor DeSantis, who has been heavily criticized by Governor Hogan, which is interesting in this scheme of things. Both governors are supposed to be Republican. One is actually promoting Republican values in Florida, and the other one is promoting Biden policies and calling himself a Republican. I would be very, very critical of anyone who is imposing taxation, burden of any kind. And Governor Hogan has been listed as the worst performing Republican governor, according to the National Association for Economic Prosperity recently, that recently published all 50 states performance post-COVID in economics, healthcare, and education. We are one of the top at the bottom, and we need to change that.
We want to bring them back to Maryland. So I'm going to end this interview with something very, very important. Today is the National Armed Forces Day, and your husband was a Green Beret, your son is serving. I believe, gives me chills, when someone in your family serves, the whole family serves. So I want to thank you, and I want to end with this question. General Flynn endorsed you. Why did he endorse you?
General Flynn is one of those people who have fought for this country and who loves this country. I am so honored to be endorsed by General Michael Flynn. My son yesterday, in fact, became a United States Army officer, and I am so proud that my children are following their father's footsteps. We are all serving and we all love Maryland, and we all love our country. General Michael Flynn and his family are the guiding star of how to show dedication and love for America, and I'm so pleased and so proud to be endorsed by that man.
So, Jordana, I want to thank you for all your hard work. God bless you, and God bless America.
God bless America. Thank you.